Welcome to the NBA's greatest games. Today, we'll take you back into NBA history and relive one of the great matchups as it happened.
A crowd of 17,000 plus at Chicago Stadium. This, the 292nd consecutive sellout, a streak that dates back to November of 1987, and this one of the loudest crowds in the NBA, and the decibel level will begin to rise with the introduction of the starting lineups. And here is the public address voice of the Chicago Bulls, Ray Clay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicago Bulls welcome the world's greatest fans to the Chicago Stadium. Tonight, Game 3 of the NBA Finals is between the Phoenix Suns and your Chicago Bulls. Now for tonight's lineups. First, for the visiting Phoenix Suns. At forward, from Auburn, 6'6" Charles Barkley. A 6'7" forward from Oklahoma State, Richard Dumas. At center, 6'10" from Old Dominion, Mark West. At one guard from Central Michigan, 6'6" Dan Marley. At the other guard, 6'1" from California, Kevin Johnson. The Phoenix Suns are coached by Paul Westphal, assisted by Lionel Hollins and Scotty Robertson. The trainer, Joe Brodsky.
For more on the Bulls, let's go over to Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad?
All right, thanks, Marv. Before the game, I was talking to Horace Grant, the G-Man, they call him, and he's had his hands full this entire playoff series, first with Charles Oakley, now with Charles Barkley. I said, how in the world do you get yourself inspired? Well, he was sitting down in his locker reading quotes from Vince Lombardi. I said, what's the best thing you read in there? He said, well, winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. How appropriate. Marv?
We're a legendary Chicago sports announcer. The first voice of the Chicago Bulls.
All right, about Horace Grant, 10 of 13, 24 points, career playoff high in Game 2 in Phoenix. That man on the spot, Kevin Johnson, looking to bounce back from the 2 of 8, 32 minutes in Game 2 on Friday night. Darryl Garretson, Mike Mathis, Dick Pavetta are the officials, and Czar Paul Westphal was telling us earlier about some unusual matchups that he would make some unique changes for tonight's game.
The man has a lot of courage. He's going to try and shake it up. He figured I'm down 0-2. What the heck going into their building? How about giving KJ, Kevin Johnson, the challenge of guarding Michael Jordan? He felt it would get his mind off the offense, make him concentrate on something else. Dumas will play B.J. Armstrong, Marley on Pippen, West on Grant, and give Charles Barkley some rest. Put Barkley on Cartwright, who they don't go to a whole lot.
Magic, what's your reaction to that?
Well, I think it's a good move in terms of letting KJ just say, okay, forget about what happened. The game are behind you. Concentrate on this game, game 3.
My favorite move is trying to, get the ball on the block, trying to take my man left and right, back and forth, spinning away, either shoot a fade away or shoot a nice little jump hook. Sometimes you got to react to how the defensive man is playing you, but other times you got to make the defensive man play you the way you want to. Depends on the situation and how well you're rolling at the time, and I just try to, pick and choose my spots when I want to make my move. I just love to be on the court.
This is 3 for the tie. Good! Steve Nash again!
Look at Parker! Oh my goodness!
Oh, what a three! He drilled it!
Allen for the win! Yes!
Tutta lì la palla, che preda! Blocked by Bryant. His fourth of the game. Splendido! Non lo schiacciata! Warriors straight on three. Good! A three-peat for the world champion Lakers.
It's opening night in the NBA.
It's great basketball. Oh my! Can you believe that? Air Canada soaring!
What a beautiful play.
Spectacular finish.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest games.
Let's see if the Suns do hold true to that particular matchup. A matchup, I would think, that would lead to the club running better than they have the first two games.
They're hoping that because that's not a normal matchup, they'll be able to sneak guys out, and that Chicago will have a tougher time picking them up in transition, which may open the game up for them a little bit.
All right, Pippen opens up, rebounded by Barkley. And Barkley tried to slice through. And the Suns have opened up with the unusual matchup. Cartwright guarded by Dumas. He goes right at him. Barkley with the rebound. Charles wearing the elbow protection.
And you see, because of the way they matched up, Michael Jordan winds up on Kevin Johnson right now. He has to pick him up in transition.
Now Marley posting up. Armstrong gets help from Cartwright. Marley for Dumas to the reverse. Richard Dumas had the excellent first game in this series, then sat out most of the second half in game number 2. Well, Phoenix over the first two games with the lead for only 3 minutes and 54 seconds out of the possible 96 minutes. They led for only 18 seconds in the second half. So the Bulls off to the slow start. They have gotten off quickly over the first two games. Here's Johnson, yes, and the Suns with a 4-0 lead.
See, that's how you can break that shooting slump that you're into. Good move.
Another turnover. Here's Marley with Pippen back. He pulls up for the three. Rebounded by Jordan.
Phil Jackson had mentioned to us, we have to weather the early storm because they understand if they don't come out with a lot of energy, meaning the Phoenix Suns, in this building, we'll put them to sleep early. So Phoenix had to come out and play hard from the beginning. Chicago has to withstand the early minutes.
And Michael Jordan puts the Bulls on the board.
And there's the concern with Kevin playing him, that Michael will post Kevin up. But then again, if Michael's got it all the time, then the other people aren't hurting him.
Barkley setting for the three, and he hits it. Charles Barkley had about a half hour to line that shot up.
Well, the elbow must be feeling good. And you know what? I like how Phoenix has come out to start this game. They're taking their threes, they're playing loose, and it's going to be a tough game for Chicago.
B.J. Armstrong cuts it to a 7-4 Phoenix lead. B.J. Armstrong has been superb right throughout the playoffs. And it's Armstrong now guarding Johnson. Good luck, and Dumas puts it away. So the assist for Kevin Johnson, and the Suns lead 9-4. Pippen being guarded by Marley. Dumas with the steal. He had that one diagnosed. The Suns with an 11-4 advantage.
And Phoenix has more energy right now than Chicago does. You can see it. Chicago's kind of meandering through things, not running their cut real hard, not passing the ball crisply. Phoenix taking advantage.
You know, sometimes when a team is struggling, what they need to do is get on the road. So Phoenix is feeling good right now. They're on the road. They don't have to listen to their crowd, and they're feeling right at home right now.
All right, here's Pippen. And it's kicked home by Jordan. That 7-point lead just a moment ago, the Suns' biggest lead of the series. And Johnson was able to penetrate, could not finish it. Armstrong with West getting back. He goes around it. B.J. Armstrong was facing the 6'10 Mark West, gave him a head fake, and he left him behind.
Gave him a little hesitation. Looked up with his head like he was going to shoot the jumper. Once he saw the big man coming, kept his dribble alive, went to the basket.
Mark West putting moves on Bill Cartwright and goes to the jump hook. Mark West has seen limited action over the first two games, 14 minutes, game one, and in game two, only 8 minutes. In both situations, he got himself involved in early foul trouble. Suns lead it 13-8. Dick Pavetta, the outside official, calling the foul on Richard Dumas.
Before the game, Charles Barkley said he couldn't pick his elbow up past the top of his head. Well, after a little bit of work from the doctors and trainers, obviously he can rebound the basketball, and if you give him enough time, he'll line up a three-pointer and put that one in the bottom net. He's feeling a little bit better now that the game has started.
Cartwright. Pippen gets inside, and he's rejected by West. Johnson knocked it away from Armstrong. It will be Chicago ball with 21 on the shot clock.
Something that they certainly can use, the presence inside of a shot blocker. West, whose minutes have been limited in the first two games, will block and change them.
And another block by West, but Cartwright able to recover. Suns lead 13-10. 4.5 gone by. Dumas. Fires down to Armstrong. Grant could not complete it. Grant following up, not able to hit. And it's the Suns back to the offense. Barkley being guarded by Grant. Jordan over to help. Jordan playing halfway, giving Marley lots of room as Barkley puts on a gorgeous move and draws the foul. So Charles Barkley will go to the line. Horace Grant is called for the personal, his first.
Charles has done a little bit with his outside game, now a little bit with his inside game. He's feeling pretty good.
Timeout call. We'll be back after this.
There are 1,000 reasons to love this game. I've got mine. What are yours?
I love this game because of Dr. J.
Irving with the dunk shot.
Because of Tim Duncan's excellence.
You know what I love about this game? Jason Kidd.
Oh, my goodness.
Because Yao Ming is 8 feet tall.
Because nobody played like Pistol Pete.
Oh, my goodness.
Shaq's dominance.
What a play.
I love this game because George Mikan started it all.
Let's go. Keep playing hard. Wow, James, how pretty is that?
Vince Carter saw the opening.
Talk about large. They get it to Hamilton. He gets a clean look and buries it. Unbelievable.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest games.
6:27 remaining in this first quarter. The Suns with a 15-10 lead. Let's go over to Hannah.
Well, Mark, during that last timeout, Charles Barkley checked in with team doctor Richard Emerson regarding his injured right elbow. Of course, Barkley with a couple of rebounds early and a three-pointer, and he told the doctor, I think we're going to be all right. Marv?
All right, Hannah, Bill Cartwright is taking a huge number of shots in the early going. He's 2 for 7 from the field. That sometimes is a 2 or 3 game total composite for Cartwright. And Barkley is stopped. Here comes Pippen. He has Armstrong. P.J. Armstrong. That's a two-pointer. His foot on the line. Suns 15 and the Bulls 14. And P.J. is opened up by hitting on 3 of 4.
And Chicago's backcourt now 5 for 7. Their front court players just 2 for 11 to open up the game.
Dumas had it knocked away. Last touched by the Bulls.
Charles Barkley gives away a lot of size. Now, most times he gets away with it, but Chicago is so athletic that they come at you with a number of people that can block shots, from Cartwright, who's not real big on that, to Grant, to Pippen and Jordan.
Barkley was stripped. 24-second violation as the buzzer sounded.
You see, what I think Phoenix needs to do, especially when they want to go into Charles Barkley, is do what Chicago do with Michael Jordan. Run a play away from him and then bring it to him. Let him be like the second option, but really he's the first option. But run the play away from him, then bring it to him.
And you saw Scott Williams over at the scorer's table getting set to check in for the Bulls' first substitution. Jordan changed his mind. Armstrong now working the right side. And Barkley able to rebound. The Suns 15 and the Bulls 14. Just under 5 minutes remaining. First quarter. Kevin Johnson. And the call is last touch by Jordan. So Phoenix maintains possession. It will be a combination of Scott Williams and Stacey King replacing Bill Cartwright and Horace Grant. Grant with the 2 fouls did not score. Cartwright leaves with 4 points.
Would you say that so far this has not been the explosive beginning that Chicago normally plans on? The crowd getting involved, and it's because of the good start by Phoenix.
Here's West. Dumas on the tip. And the Suns now lead by 3. Bulls try to break, but the Suns did get back. Jordan with room for 3. Yes. Michael Jordan has 7, and he has tied the game at 17. Oh, Armstrong went down, and a foul is called. Foul on West, who blindsided Armstrong. Mark West just apologized to B.J. Armstrong.
Well, what they're trying to do is take that pressure off of KJ and set a pick in the backcourt for him. And what they say, I guess he was moving when he decided to set the pick. See, you're going to see Mark West move over. But what that's going to do is remind B.J. all the time now to look up and look for that pick. Even though he got the offensive foul, Mark West, it's a good move to try to free up KJ.
Here is Pippen. Bulls with a 9-2 run have taken a 2-point lead. First time this evening that Chicago has the lead. Johnson accelerates. He could not penetrate the middle, and he's called for the offensive foul.
Well, in that last timeout, Ahmad Rashad mentioned that Phil Jackson stressed big men. Get over in front of KJ. Don't let him get to the front of the rim. It's exactly what they talked about in that timeout.
Armstrong. P.J. Armstrong once again providing much damage to the Phoenix Suns. Fast start, he's at 4 out of 6. He has 8 points. Chicago leads 21-17. games, not able to get into it in the first half. In both situations, he came on in the second half. That's his first field goal of the night. Here is Pippen. Scottie Pippen getting good looks. His second field goal has 4. The Bulls now lead by 4. Again, they pick up Kevin Johnson at midcourt.
Well, they're just trying to wear him down. What they want to wear him down, especially for the fourth quarter.
Barkley lost the handle. And they will jump it up. Pippen diving on top of Dumas to tie him up.
Off the dribble, Scottie Pippen elevates and then gets a clean, wide-open look at the front of the rim. You've got to have a hand in his face, go up and challenge the shot. The scramble for the loose ball. This is the finals. You get on the floor and get after all of the loose ones.
Timeout called with 2:52 left in the first.
What time is it? Game time! Let's go, baby!
Taurasi answers from the right elbow.
Wipe off a 3 for the tie.
Corkscrews for 2. Whoa, what a mess.
Put it in the spin cycle and rinsed out. Oh, what a move!
Once you take off, you don't know how far you are away from the basket. You just know I can take off.
Just explode, just try to get up as high as you can, and sometimes feel like you're in slow motion.
It's quiet all the way to the basket. It's effortless.
And once you're up there, you have enough time to think about what you're going to do.
I just want to keep going until I reach the top.
You're going up and the defender jumps with you. You have to go over him. Simple as that.
James into the rack. LeBron James.
Kobe, three-pointer for the tie.
He did it again.
Oui, super.
Oh, monstro.
9 decent knocks.
And if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. P.J. Armstrong, first-round draft pick of the Bulls back in '89 in his 4th year out of Iowa. And the jump controlled by the Bulls. They've hit their last 4 shots. They lead 23-19.
Ahmad just mentioned that in the last timeout, Phil Jackson emphasized, don't rush and try to bury him early. Stay within the offense. We know that KJ's playing Michael. We could go to it all the time, but that would take the other guys out of the game. They don't want to do that. They'll get to Michael eventually.
Last touch by Dumas. The Suns have inserted Oliver Miller for the first time.
And I think what Coach Paul Westphal is doing here with all these mismatches and going to different lineups is he's trying to conserve first Dan Marley's energy where he can get off offensively. And then when KJ is guarding Michael Jordan, that means that he can get away from BJ and won't be pressured all over the court once the outlet comes to him.
Oliver Miller was called for that foul.
Scramble for the loose ball. Miller turned his head, didn't keep a body on King. King makes the quick move, comes up with the ball.
Both teams have only 2 team fouls. Very few whistles here at the start. Jordan, after feeling around for the presence of Marley, connecting for his 4th field goal. He's 4 for 6, 9 points. Chicago 25 and Phoenix 19 with just under 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Game 3 of the best of 7. Phoenix trying to cut it to a 2-1 lead. Chicago trying to go up 3-0, and Michael Jordan puts the Bulls up 27-19.
Dan Marley just stood in that corner, even after the steal, never moved. He just couldn't believe that Michael Lefter came up with it that clean.
Dumas with the second effort following the rejection. And the Bulls now lead by 6 points. Jordan off the crossover. Oh, he's on fire. Michael Jordan with 13. And Chicago has hit 7 of its last 8. They lead by 8. And the foul is called.
It's not always going to be KJ guarding Michael. This time he feels the bigger man needs a little space, a little hip action, then elevate over the top to get a good look. Not only does he do it at the offensive end, but he leaves Marley, picks Oliver Miller's pockets, goes down, gets the easy score, and Dan Marley just cannot believe that that took place.
Non-shooting foul on Armstrong. Barkley, not a good shot. And last touched by the Bulls. Dumas, Barkley, Miller on the front line. Marley and Johnson in the backcourt with 1 minute left in this first quarter. Dumas stripped. Jordan knocking it away. B.J. Armstrong hears it from the crowd as John Paxson replaces him. Armstrong leaves with 8 points. And another outstanding effort. Holding foul called on Paxson.
See, the struggle has come from Phoenix again when they've been able to have the setup in their half-court offense. You know, when they were running up and down, getting steals, getting dunks and layups, it was because of their transition game. Now they're back into their half-court game, and they've not been able to score in their half-court offense.
Mark West getting ready to return. Bulls 29 and the Suns 22. It's West, who earlier had 3 blocked shots. Charles Barkley will get a rest. Charles has not been effective. 1 of 4, 4 points, along with 5 rebounds.
Is this a vote of confidence by Paul Westphal that KJ has been on the floor the entire quarter? No one's come in for him?
You're on the road now. Frank Johnson is a good player, and he probably plays better when he's at home. But now you're on the road in the biggest game in probably Phoenix Sun history to date. And you got to go with your veteran. You got to go with the all-star and KJ.
Jordan tried the bullet pass. The officials checking it over. Garrettson and Pavetta in a discussion as to who knocked it out of bounds. Pavetta apparently had the better look, and he says last touched by Chicago.
Well, to me, it hit Oliver Miller and went out of bounds. Nobody else from the Chicago team touched it after that. So you got a break there for the Phoenix Suns.
That's not the contention of the Bulls, but the ball goes to Phoenix. Half-minute remaining in this first quarter. Chicago leads by 6. Dumas, Miller with the tip. So the Bulls now lead 29-25. 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. Pippen saw the opening and lost it. And they say offensive foul. It's a charge called on Pippen.
I don't know if anybody knew what the call was at the end. Everybody just kind of stood around and waited. Was it going to be a foul for moving underneath Pip? Was it going to be an offensive foul? And then suddenly the announcement that offensive foul was called.
That might have been the first mistake of these 3 games that the Chicago Bulls have played. They shot. Pippen went in with 12 seconds. You know, there's a lot of time now on the shot clock.
Danny Ainge, who had the strong game on Friday night, has come on for the first time. Here's Johnson. Yes. 4 seconds left in the quarter, and the Suns within 2. Marley with the intercept. Marley for Dumas, and they tied it at 29. 1 and 5/10 seconds to go in the quarter. Scott Williams throws one the length of the court. Jordan with the shot. So the Suns score the last 8 points of the first quarter. They've come from behind to tie the game at 29.
And what Magic was talking about wound up being a 6-point swing in the game potentially. 2 that Chicago didn't end to get the quarter, and then after the score, steal, and another score, 4 more points for Phoenix.
After 1 here in Chicago, the Bulls 29, the Suns 29.
NBA TV is all games, all James, all Jameson, all muscle, all hustle.
NBA TV is all ball, all tall, all small, all hall.
NBA TV is all day,
all night, all game, all highlights.
NBA TV is your all-access channel for everything basketball.
I don't stop. I don't stop.
Okay, guys, there's 1,000 reasons why people love this game. Let's give them ours.
I love this game because the tattoos really bring out their personality.
I love this game because sometimes it's okay to eat pretzels, nachos, and Cracker Jacks.
Ooh, I love this game because of the fancy spin moves.
I love this game because the arena is so feng shui.
This place is going nuts now.
I love this game even though we're the real dream team. Here's to the NBA. We love this game.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest games.
Second quarter is underway. Grant back in there, rebounds. Trent Tucker has come on for the first time. So a three-guard alignment for Chicago. Jordan, Armstrong, and Tucker, along with Williams and Grant. Armstrong is open for three. 11 for B.J. Armstrong. And the Bulls lead 32-29. Tom Chambers has checked in. Chambers up front with West, Marley, Johnson, and Ainge in a three-guard set. Marley for three. Yes, and Dan Marley is on target.
They finally took advantage of the team defense of the Chicago Bulls, spotted up Dan Marley on the penetration, kicked it out to him for 3-point.
The game tied at 32. Jordan with the room. Too much room for Michael Jordan. From a Phoenix point of view, 15 for Jordan. The Bulls 34, the Suns 32. Marv Albert with the czar of the telestrator, Mike Fratello, Irvin Magic Johnson. Bob Rashad had a storm. Bob Costas will be along at halftime with the Prudential halftime report. Bill Walton and Peter Vesey. Here's West getting inside. Mark West with his second field goal, and again we're tied 34 apiece. Minute and a half gone by in the second quarter. Scott Williams. Johnson gets it down for Chambers, and Phoenix is up by 2.
Well, see, this is what I was saying. The way you can get Kevin Johnson involved is to get out in the transition. And they just were able to do that in that succession right there.
Jordan feeling for Marley on the post-up move. Rebounded by Scott Williams. Scott Williams so instrumental off the boards in game 1. Did not show up in the numbers as dramatically in game 2 on Friday, but played well. Horace Grant from deep. That his first field goal. The Bulls and the Suns tied at 36. Mike Mathis with the whistle.
Well, what happened was, Marv, that Tom Chambers and Williams got into a pushing match, and he wanted to just stop the game and say, look, clean it up before I throw one of you out or both of you out.
Settle down type. Stop it. Kevin Johnson with 5 assists. It's the best he's played in the series. Chambers. Tom Chambers off the bench to hit a couple, and the Suns now lead 38-36. And it's called against Chicago. It is an offensive foul, elbow indicated. And it's on Grant. That is his third. 3 personals on Horace Grant.
Let's take it over to Hannah for a second, see what she's got from the Phoenix bench.
Well, Charles Barkley is still sitting at the end of the Phoenix bench. He's not re-entering the game. At this point, Charles is having ice applied to that injured right elbow. Dr. Richard Emerson is afraid that Charles may have lost some of the strength in that elbow. They have some ice on it right now to keep the swelling down. Marv?
All right, Hannah, the Suns 38, the Bulls 36. 3 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Kevin Johnson backing his way on B.J. Armstrong. Chambers, yes. The Suns have hit 8 of their last 9, and Tom Chambers a major factor. He's hit 3 of 3 from the field.
For the first time in this series, in this game, the Phoenix Suns are taking advantage of the double teaming trap that the Chicago Bulls are putting on them. So they're getting good shots and they're knocking them down.
Here's Jordan. Well, he beat Marley, but went short, tried to alter the shot as he was putting the move on West. Marley on the rebound. Another opportunity for the Suns. 3.5 gone by in the second quarter. Ainge for West. West rejected and fouled by Pippen. Scottie Pippen committing his second.
Trying to take a page out of Chicago's defensive book. Big men come over, close down the lane to the basket. Mark West rotates underneath Michael Jordan. It makes Michael come up a little bit short. Michael not real happy about it afterwards. Has a few words to say to Darryl Garretson as they head down the floor side by side. Good buddies, Michael Jordan, Darryl Garretson.
And Mark West, a very poor free throw shooter, 52% during the season. Hits on the first. Mark West started his NBA career with Dallas, then on to Milwaukee. Cleveland is his 6th year with the Suns. Acquired in that deal involving Larry Nance. And hits on both, and Mark West has played well in the first quarter. The Suns lead by 6. Ainge over to double up. Jump it up, Pippen, and Marley will jump it up. Phil Jackson making some more changes. Darrell Walker, who has seldom played in the playoffs, has come on. He's on the floor along with Armstrong and Jordan, Cartwright, and Pippen.
And Danny Ainge read that Darrell Walker was on the floor. He ran right over and double-teamed Michael Jordan. They said, you can have the ball, Darrell Walker. You're going to have to beat us.
Walker got to it, and a foul is called. It's on Walker. Mathis with the call, with Walker looking for position against Ainge. Here it is.
I think he called Darrell Walker for pushing off with that left arm as Ainge tried to rotate around and steal the jump ball.
6 unanswered points by Phoenix for the 6-point lead. Kevin Johnson goes all the way. Offensive foul. For Kevin, his second personal.
Kevin Johnson must understand he needs the in-between game. When you beat the first guy off the dribble, you've got to pull up about 8 to 10 feet from the basket and look to shoot that in-between jumper or then drop it off. You can't get all the way to the front of the rim against this Bulls team.
Bill Cartwright in the right spot for the ricochet. The Suns lead by 4.
They probably won't give Michael Jordan an assist on that, but he's the one who tipped it to Cartwright. He knew it the whole time what he was doing when he went up for that rebound.
Ainge guarded by Walker. Shot clock at 6. West backing Cartwright, and a foul on Cartwright. Not allowing West to get position, but called for the personal.
Well, right here, you're going to see that first Bill Cartwright has 2 hands in the back, and that's what the call was, 2 hands in the back. You're not allowed this year to have 2 hands in the back.
Non-shooting foul. Second team foul called on Chicago. Johnson, well, it was met by Cartwright on a switch, and was able to get the shot off on target. The Suns playing well, lead the Bulls 44-38. 5 minutes and change gone by in the second quarter, and a pushing foul called on Phoenix. It's on Ainge.
Going back to that KJ play, if Phoenix want to get him more shots, more involved, still run Bill Cartwright in the pick and roll because he will not come out and challenge KJ.
NBA Europe Live coming this October.
Iverson, a dazzling move around Parker. He's a knock.
NBA Europe Live 06 coming in October.
As one of my teammates gets a rebound, I'm already thinking about who's on the right side who's on the left side and who's going to be trailing me.
All I'm doing is trying to just look at the defender. I'm going to see what he's doing.
I like the no-look pass.
Between my legs.
Look away.
Around the back.
If there's a perfect pass, it'll be to the right person at the right time.
A perfect pass, getting somebody in the rhythm to shoot the ball.
You have to love the pass. You just have to love the game of basketball.
Underneath, Parker. What a shot! Get out of town!
Oh, Ginobili crossover move. Oh, Crawford, what moves he shows.
Now that is a highlight play there.
Kobe with a terrific finish at the rim. It's the Diesel. The pass just flying through the air. Richardson puts it down. The steal by Iverson. He wins it. He won the game. Francis drop pass to Yao Ming. Yao Ming.
I love this game.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest games.
And KJ has gone the distance. We have not seen Frank Johnson. Evan Johnson lifted late in the game on Friday night for Frank Johnson. Barkley, Charles Barkley with the bucket and the foul. Foul committed by Michael Jordan, who just checked back in.
They let Barkley backpick, then stepped out to the top of the circle. Because he can make that shot, Scott Williams flies past him. Barkley takes the punishment. Enough strength and concentration to finish the play off and gets a nice roll at the end as it bites the rim, grabs, and drops through.
The Suns 50 and the Bulls 47. And Barkley to the free throw line. He's 1 for 2 from the line. Getting for a 7th point. Coming off the 42-point performance on Friday with Jordan and Barkley both scoring 42. Only the second time in NBA Finals history that two opponents had hit 40-plus in the same game. Back in '69, it was Jerry West of the Lakers scoring 41. John Havlicek of Boston hit in 43 as Michael Jordan cuts it to a 2-point lead. Havlicek doing it for the Celtics.
Well, here's that out-of-bounds play, and you can see that Scott Williams dove there and knocked it out of bounds. But this is the first time we've seen full-court pressure by the Chicago Bulls in this game.
I saw a moment ago that Chicago has not shot one free throw to this point in the game. During the regular season, they were 26th, next to last in the NBA free throw attempts. They averaged just under 24 free throw attempts a game. So having none at this point is still a bit unusual.
And Phoenix 7 of 9 from the line. Johnson just did get it across. Dumas. Crowd wanted to travel on Dumas, and then he lost possession. Jordan for 3. Michael Jordan hitting the three-pointer, his second of the night, and he has 20 points for the game. Bulls lead by 1. Bulls have hit 4 out of 6 from downtown. Here's Marley for 3. Yes. And Dan Marley hits again. That is his second three-pointer. 8 points for Marley. Suns with a 54-52 lead.
And Michael Jordan was really upset. He switched on KJ. BJ was supposed to play Dan Marley, and a good basket there by Scottie Pippen. But BJ was supposed to come out to the line and play Marley, and he didn't, and that's why he got that three-point shot.
Opening up the offensive arsenal, Michael Jordan stops behind the three-point line and shows that he has the range today, and then Dan Marley comes right back and answers with a 3 of his own for the Phoenix Suns. A little bit of outside handoff action. Pippen knows he draws contact, so the only concern then is get it up on the rim. Maybe something good will happen.
Pippen fouled by Dumas, able to hit the free throw. He's turned it around from the 3 of 9 from the line. One delay of game. Warning is called. Bulls by 1. Again, pressure. Suns able to handle it. Dumas trying to elude Jordan. 10 on the shot clock. 1:40 to go in the half. Barkley is fouled. And Charles looked like he hurt the elbow.
Richard Dumas tried to put the ball over the top of Michael Jordan's head, which many players will use and get the defensive guy to turn around when you suddenly put it over. Michael never went for the fake, came right back. Here it is. He tries to put it over his head. Michael says, I'm not going to go for that one. He's talking to him right now.
Barkley 2 of 3 from the line.
On the drive, Barkley may have gotten hit in the same elbow again that was injured coming into this game. Pump fake, the body lands right on it. He feels it in the sore elbow.
They drained the elbow about a half hour before the start of the game. Misses on both free throws. Bulls 55 and the Suns 54. Here's Jordan. Well, Michael went to the left hand, could not put it down. Dumas is fouled by Armstrong.
Oliver Miller coming over, challenged Michael enough to break his concentration. Michael thinks he's going to go with the left, but that long outstretched arm makes Michael bring it down just long enough to fall short.
And then KJ sees Dumas running down the court, and only thing BJ could do was foul him.
Dumas now 2 of 3 from the line. Richard Dumas, the rookie from Oklahoma State, 71% free throw shooter. Phoenix 56, Chicago 55. 1:10 left in the first half. Now Marley picks up Jordan. Shot clock at 6. Jordan. Oh, he set it up with the crossover. 22 for Jordan. The Bulls by 1. Dumas over King. Williams with the rebound. Stacey King. Trying to change his mind. Marley for Barkley. And he's rejected by King. The basket counts. It's a goal tally.
Once the basketball goes up on the backboard and touches the glass, you cannot take it back off. It touches, there's the pin, then after it's on the glass, you can take it to the glass, you just can't take it off once it's on there. And last time down, Phil Jackson was really upset because King had a great backdoor pass to Scottie Pippen, but never looked for Scottie after Scottie had thrown it to him in the post. Took the move himself, came up short.
Here's Armstrong for 3. Final seconds of the half. Phoenix up by 1. Dumas for Johnson. Time running out. Kevin Johnson. So halftime in Chicago.
Behind the back for Sales, lays it up and in. Oh my goodness. And White got it. And Hammond puts one up, and you gotta be kidding me. What a play by Cheryl Swoops. Oh, you heard Vance call for the dunk, but you'll take the finger off. Great play by Tamika Catchings.
This is what WNBA is all about.
There are 1,000 reasons to love this game. What are yours?
I love this game because of the crossover dribble.
Oh, very well played. I love this game because the men are easy on the eye.
I love this game because you don't need a 9-iron to score.
Pass to McGrady. Look out below.
I love this game. Staples Center crowd.
I love any game that brings the drama every single night.
The steal! Houston wide open for three. Bang! Tie game!
So we're set for the third quarter. It's game 3 of the best of 7. Game 4 here in Chicago on Wednesday. We'll be on air starting 9 o'clock Eastern time. And game 5, if necessary, here in Chicago next Friday starting at 9 in the East. Johnson with the step. So Kevin Johnson extends to a 3-point Phoenix lead.
See, as a former player, Paul Westphal said, hey, I'm going to ride you all the way out, KJ. You're going to win it or lose it for us. Great move by Paul Westphal to play him the whole first half, and let's see if he can continue his solid play, that being KJ in the second half.
Scottie Pippen off the pick. Good screen sent by Bill Cartwright. The Suns 60 and the Bulls 59. And Phoenix with Barkley, Dumas and West up front, Marley and Johnson at the guards. West set up by Dumas. Art West with his 3rd field goal.
They are reading the double teams. It's not the first pass that's going to beat the double team. It's the second and third pass after the ball comes out of the top that counts.
Michael Jordan not able to hit on the 3, but a second opportunity. Horace Grant has not had the playing time after getting in foul trouble. He's playing with 3 personals. B.J. Armstrong has had the hot hand. Now Jordan posting up. Oh, very friendly rim for Michael.
Well, he's at home. You know, he knows these rims here in the Chicago Stadium.
24 points for Jordan. The Suns lead by 1. Barkley with the pick. Johnson on the penetration. Here comes Pippen. 4 on 3. Pippen all the way. And it will be Phoenix ball.
Michael Jordan waits till the ball is reversed, then knows he has the size advantage. Don't give anybody a chance to come over and help out. Just get it up on that rim over the top of KJ and then get a little luck on the roll.
Kevin Johnson began his move at 3-quarter court and was held by B.J. Armstrong. That's 3 on Armstrong.
Try to keep him off balance, change of pace dribble, suddenly go hard to the basket. B.J. doesn't move his feet fast enough to foul.
Barkley backing Grant. Love to pick up number 4 on Horace Grant. He does a 3-second violation on Mark West.
I'm not sure that everybody is happy with that call after the 3-second whistle. Charles Barkley, a little bit of frustration showing.
Cartwright, yes. 8 points for Cartwright. The Bulls lead by 1. And you'll notice that Phoenix has gone back to the matchups, the unusual matchups that we saw at the start of the game. Johnson thought he had Marley, but Marley had moved to his left. It's a backcourt violation.
Well, see, what happened was Dan Marley stopped moving. KJ thought he was going to come around for like a semi handoff for the 3, where he faded to the corner, and that caused a turnover.
And Michael Jordan can do that to you. Make you think you want to go one way, and instead change your mind, make you go the other way, and kind of throws him at a sink.
4th turnover committed by Kevin Johnson. Cartwright. He was looking for a foul. Dumas tried to save it, but stepped out. Bill Cartwright not happy with that last sequence. He thought there should have been a foul called and had some words with Darryl Garrison. And the matchup continues. Barkley and Cartwright. Charles opposite of that 6'4" going up against the 7'1" Cartwright. Michael Jordan off. He thought he was fouled. Well, he was hacked by Marley. Oh, the crowd wanted the travel. And a reach-in call. Foul on Pippen. That's 3 on Pippen.
You got a lot of upset players out here. Now you're going to see a reach-in by Pippen. First, Barkley cleared some space. The crowd right there wanted a traveling on Barkley. Didn't get it, but it got a foul on Pippen.
Three apiece on Pippen and Grant. Johnson, a forced shot. West. Or was that a pass intended by Kevin Johnson? But Mark West able to put it home.
Sure, Kevin would like to call the pass.
Suns 64 and the Bulls 63 with 4 minutes gone by in the third. Horace Grant with his second field goal. He's been quiet tonight because of the foul problem.
And there's the missing factor for Chicago in the first half. The fact that he had to go to they needed back on the floor for a number of reasons. Defense, rebounding, shot blocking, and those points that he gives.
Oh, what a second effort. Dumas forced the issue on that first thrust and then was able to tip it home, and the Suns lead by 1. Armstrong, he is on fire. 17 for B.J. Armstrong. He's hit 8 of 11. Bulls by 1. Once again, Armstrong got picked off by West. Took a pretty good shot.
Well, what he's doing, Marv, he's letting B.J. get around him, that being Mark West, then give him a shot after he gets by him.
Dumas with a pretty move, could not complete it. There's Pippen going all the way. Paul Westphal wants to talk it over.
Basketball fans, what's your favorite game? Oh, what a play! Put a fan favorite on NBA.com Global and cast your vote for the game you want to see. Oh, my!
You're a fan. What's your favorite?
Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win it! Choose from one of 4 available games.
Log on and vote.
Control the action. Play fan favorite on NBA.com Global.
Second, third grade, when I first even touched the basketball, my grandmother had bought me. From that time on, I knew we had to be best friends if I wanted it to work for me. And then I lost, and I cried when I lost it. I think the more you have it in your hands, the more confidence you have. Behind the back drills, full speed, right hand, left hand, and doing spin moves. Just making it here wasn't good enough for me. You know, even though that's a dream to make it here, but to be successful was something that I wanted. All because of this.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest games.
Tom Chambers has checked back in along with Danny Ainge, who gets right to it, hitting the 3. And Phoenix is 5 for 6 from downtown. The Bulls 74, the Suns 72 with just under 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Grant played by Barkley. Pippen. Scott Williams with the rebound. Horace Grant. Bulls by 4. Now Barkley guarded by Williams. Barkley, yes. Nice move by Charles Barkley. He now has 11, and the Suns are down by 2.
Madge had to find a way of getting himself a little bit of space to get a look at that, so it took a couple fakes either way, then the step back to get it. Watch this battle under the glass between the two stars. Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan under the basket. As the shot goes up, Jordan keeps it alive by jumping in Barkley, then turns and boxes him out hard at the end.
Grant getting good position, and he's pushed from behind. Pushed by Barkley using both hands.
Exactly. You can't do that this year. You cannot put your hands in the player's back. They made that rule up way before this season, and it's taken a lot of post play away from a lot of players, especially on the defensive end.
Just under 4 minutes left in the third. Chicago with the ball. They lead by 2. Oh, rejected. Chambers over to help. Got a piece of it. Here's Chambers. Met by Jordan, and a foul. Michael Jordan committing his second.
You don't see Tom Chambers block too many shots straight up, but when you let him come from the offside, rotate over defensively, he'll get one occasionally. Then Jordan goes for the swipe right there, a little bit too much on.
13 foul on Chicago. Phoenix with 2. Barkley working down low. Pippen with the block. Pippen got a piece of it. Scottie Pippen has come up with a number of key block shots during the playoffs. Jordan. Johnson wanted a run, but the Bulls got back. Now Johnson to the left hand. Too much dribble. Kevin Johnson coughed it up. Here's Pippen. Foul. It counts.
Scottie Pippen doing it at both ends of the floor. First, the willingness to come over and help your teammate out. Scott Williams was calling for help. Scottie Pippen comes up with the block and supplies it. And then the pitch ahead in transition. Ainge tries to stop the layup. Not strong enough. Pippen converts, and now we'll go to the foul line.
After the play happened, Danny Ainge was upset with himself for not grabbing Scottie Pippen's arms and stop Scottie from at least getting a shot up.
Ainge with his third, only the second free throw attempt for the Bulls. In 33 minutes of play, they went to the line only twice. Chicago leads by 5. Chambers, yes. The Bulls 79 and the Suns 76. It has been a very good shooting ball game. 2:40 to go in the third. Pippen putting the move on Marvin. Ran able to hang in and then deflected it out of bounds. The Bulls call for time with 2:25 remaining in the third. Very creative in honor of number 33. Scottie Pippen, who just a moment ago came up with a block shot. Remember, Scottie Pippen has done it in the category of block shots. Big ones against Charles Smith at the end of Game 5 in New York. And the other day in Game 2, the block on Danny Ainge, three-point attempt with 26 seconds remaining. And the block on Barkley as he got a piece of it for his third rejection of the night. So Scottie Pippen doing it in all departments, although he has not shot well. He has 16 points along with the 6 rebounds and 3 block shots. Bulls with a 79-76 lead. It is Phoenix ball with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third. Kevin Johnson with a good-looking drive. Johnson has 16. It is a 1-point Chicago lead.
Now, in those replays, we made Scottie Pippen look like a shot block machine. During the regular season, he had 73 in 81 games, so not quite 1 per game. But he gets big ones when they need them the most.
And here's Jordan for 3. Rebound Pippen. Scottie Pippen also getting big rebounds when the Bulls have needed them. He has stepped up in a major way during the course of the playoffs. Chicago by 3.
You see what Chicago is doing. They're letting Charles Barkley have those open shots, jump shots, but not inside shots.
Right up. Shot clock down to 7. Pippen gets inside. Pippen on the follow.
He's got Danny Ainge guarding him. That's the reason why you see Pippen around the glass. Last time with an offensive rebound, this time on a post-up. Chicago, as we said last game, one of the smartest, if not smartest in the league, as Marley hits a three-pointer. They see the mismatch. They go to it, the Chicago Bulls.
Dan Marley on fire from three-point land. And the Bulls now lead 83-81. That's 4 three-pointers for Marley. And the ball goes back to Phoenix with 44 seconds left in the quarter.
With Ainge trying to guard him, Pippen goes to the offensive boards. He's trying to do the things that he can do to help the basketball team win.
Marley for 3 again. Dan Marley, who hit 8 in one game against Seattle for an NBA playoff record, has just hit his 5th. And the Suns lead 84-83. 20 seconds remaining in the quarter as Michael Jordan has given the Bulls a 1-point lead.
You see what happened is that it's Michael Jordan is on Danny Ainge. That's why Marley's had a lot of room to shoot those three-pointers.
Final seconds of the third quarter. Jordan came over, and the foul has been called. With 2 8/10 seconds remaining, a good foul by Jordan to stop the flow. They had a foul to give.
And there's number 5 by Dan Marley, and he holds the record for three-pointers in a game, 8 in one game. Paul Westphal very happy with it. That's a playoff record of 8 three-pointers in one game by Dan Marley.
Tonight he's 5 of 6 from downtown. Here's Barkley getting it off. Yes! Charles Barkley with 0.4 of a second remaining in the quarters, giving the Suns a 1-point lead. Johnson off the intercept after 3 here in Chicago. The Suns look to be a sparked-up club. They lead the Bulls by the score of 86-85.
There are 1,000 reasons to love this game, and here they go.
I love this game because I love to hear that sweet string music.
I love this game because when I'm around sweaty men, I smell better.
I love this game because when my jumper's on, it's on.
Allen, 3 more. There you go.
I love this game because you can't strike out.
Because home is where my heart is.
I love this game, and if you don't, you're fired.
First ever game for the women's NBA.
Teresa Weatherspoon at the buzzer, a 3.
The Houston Comets have won their 4th straight.
And the first appearance by Edna Campbell.
Am I watching a game or am I watching a highlight film?
They got this for the first time in WNBA history.
Now the back-to-back is yours. Congratulations.
Oh my! Deanna Nolan.
Oh, it's good, and we got a ball game. That right there, everyone, personifies what the WNBA is all about.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest games.
Phoenix with Ainge, Johnson, Marley, West, and Miller on the floor.
And as Phil Jackson has done a number of times and in the finals thus far, given Michael Jordan the necessary blow to begin the 4th quarter. He's played 32 of the 36 minutes to this point. He's resting right now. Hopefully we'll be able to finish strong for the Chicago Bulls.
And on the other side of that, KJ for the Phoenix Suns have played all 36 minutes of this game.
John Paxson and Trent Tucker have come on for Chicago. On the floor with King, Williams, and Pippen. Shot clock at 4. Shot clock at 2. Pippen has to fling it. with the new 24. Scott Williams. Oh. Rebounded by Oliver Miller. Kevin Johnson. 18 for Johnson.
I look for Kevin to go for his offense right now because he has a strong man guarding him in Trent Tucker. So watch him going maybe into his offensive game.
Suns 88, the Bulls 85. Michael Jordan sitting it out right here. He'll be ready for the stretch run. Jordan, the high man, with 29. Holding foul committed by Trent Tucker.
Actually, neither one of these guards in the backcourt should be able to guard KJ off the dribble, whether it's Trent Tucker, who has to hold so he doesn't get down the lane there, or if it's Paxson. If they create the situation for him, KJ should be able to get the step to get by him. Then what happens after that, that's what remains to be seen.
6 assists for Kevin Johnson, all in the first half, along with 5 turnovers. And Johnson was fouled by Paxson.
See, this is the move. This is a great move by Coach Paul Westphal. Look, I got my quickest man out on the court, and they have 2 slow guards on the court. We're going to go at those slow guards. Here's a replay here where Paxson couldn't do anything but grab him, but I like this right here. Plus, Kevin is feeling it. He wants to redeem himself for those other 2 games, and he's having that opportunity right now in the fourth quarter.
Magic, they've gone back again to setting that screen with different personnel. It's either Ainge who sets it, or that time Marley set it. They're trying to take advantage of which guy they want to wind up having to guard KJ. They wanted Tucker. Tucker didn't want to switch. Paxson was late getting over. KJ turns the corner.
Loose ball foul on Miller. First team foul committed by the Suns. They lead 89-85 with a minute and a half gone by fourth quarter. Phil Jackson will make the decision as to when he will reinsert Michael Jordan. Michael getting the rest. Paxson. Suns 89, Bulls 87. Paxson hitting on his first field goal attempt. With the pick for Kevin Johnson. Yes. Kevin Johnson has hit on 9 of 14. The Suns lead by 4. 2 minutes gone by in the fourth. Scottie Pippen. Again, the Bulls control the offensive board. King rejected. And Johnson fouled by Paxson. Here's Charles Barkley replacing Oliver Miller.
Phoenix went for a stretch there with their 2 big men, Oliver Miller and Mark West, their 2 best shot blockers. West had 103 shot blocks for the regular season. Miller, in much fewer games, had 100 block shots, and they changed or altered a lot of the Chicago attempts.
Plus, Phoenix slowed the game down. See, they're taking the crowd right out of this game, and they're doing a good job on their execution on offense as well.
Jordan slicing his way, and he's fouled, and he took a pretty good shot and did not appreciate it.
They called an open floor set. Phil Jackson motions with his arms out wide, which means spread the floor, and you give it to Michael, he gets a full head of steam coming at you, and it's hard for the defense to close back down. As West came over, Jordan was poked in the eye.
Well, he didn't like it up until he saw it with Charles Barkley. He said, okay, I'm going to let it go this time. That being Michael Jordan, he just said, okay, I'm not going to say anything.
Well, we talked about that right before game 1. How friendships can play out during the course of a series. You mentioned the example of you and Isaiah Thomas, people checking you out. Teammates wanted to see if you would allow Isaiah to drive the lane. Would you knock him down? Well, Charles with a hard foul on Michael Jordan.
Well, they know that they can be friends after this series is over, but not right now.
Johnson set up by Barkley. Kevin Johnson has dramatically turned, and he's given the Suns a 94-88 lead.
It's exactly what Magic talked about.
Johnson. Bulls are 1 for 9 in the fourth quarter. Ainge pushed. Michael Jordan called for his fourth foul. And it also puts the Bulls over the limit.
Sometimes a little bit of frustration can set in when you get to the front of the rim and you just don't get the roll. You're not able to convert the basket attempt. And then in that case, it sets Phoenix off to doing what they like to do best, and that's get in transition and run.
See, this is the best I've seen the Phoenix Suns play in the playoffs. And I was wondering when that Phoenix Suns team was going to come back and play like they did during the regular season. And in this game, they're playing like they did in the regular season. They're running, gunning, shooting, playing freely, and that's why they're leading this ball game, because they're playing at their pace, which is the fast pace.
A.J. Armstrong checking in, and hearing it from the crowd as Trent Tucker departs. So it's Armstrong with Paxson and Jordan as they stay on the three-guard alignment. Danny Ainge, one of the best free throw shooters in the league, 85% during the season. And the Suns now lead 96-88.
I think Phil Jackson has his three-point assault team out there. Give Jordan the ball, put Paxson and BJ on the wings, see if he creates some shots for them.
Suns have outscored the Bulls 10-3 in this fourth quarter. 4 minutes gone by. Shot clock down to 6. Shot clock at 3. Jordan for 3, way off, forced into a very difficult shot. Barkley pops it down. Ainge shooting for 3. Yes! Danny Ainge converts from downtown, and the Suns lead at 99-88. The Bulls take a timeout with 7:33 remaining in the fourth quarter.
He not only went by one defender, he went by 2. You cannot believe what we just saw. Sensational.
There are 1,000 reasons to love this game. What's yours?
The crowd is on their feet.
I love this game because you know what? Little guys can make a big difference.
You can stand here with the ball doing stupid things like I'm doing now and look cool.
Because it gives me a chance to be me.
I love this game because you get to wear a tank top.
We love this game because we can always go together.
It's a good date.
How nice was that?
That close.
This is 3 for the tie. Oh, Steve Nash again. Look at Parker. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what a 3. He drilled it. Allen for the win. Yes. Tutta lì la palla. Che preda. Blocked by Brand. His fourth of the game. Splendido. Per la schiacciata.
Well, during the regular season, the Phoenix Suns set an NBA record by hitting 398 three-point shots. Not able to do it from three-point land in games 1 and 2, but check out the number tonight. 8 of 10 from downtown. Marley is 5 for 6. Ainge just hit from deep in the corner, and the Suns now lead 99-88. The Bulls are only 1 for 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter.
Well, I'm going to say something that fans probably can't relate to, but this is a more relaxed Phoenix Suns team than they were at home. And sometimes when you're struggling, body right there by Kevin Johnson, sometimes when you're struggling, you want to get on the road because you're more focused and you don't have to worry about that pressure of trying to win at home.
The call here, the block on KJ. He felt that Michael turned right back into him, that he was in perfect position. Phoenix team obviously very upset over that last call.
And you guys feel it's self-imposed pressure because the Phoenix crowd is not one of the tougher crowds to play before. I mean, you're not talking in New York or Chicago where Philadelphia, when things were going well, where they could be very, very difficult. Phoenix very compassionate.
Yeah, it's not the crowd because the fans in Phoenix love their team. But as a player, sometimes you play like you're supposed to win at home. And right now they're playing, they know they have to get out and run, do the thing they're supposed to do.
Right off the steal, Pippen, set up by Jordan, cuts it to a 9-point Phoenix lead. It appeared for a moment that Phoenix was going to call a 20-second timeout.
Paul Westphal was up signaling for a 20-second timeout right after that basket. They never saw him. Instead, they're up the floor.
Marley eluding Pippen. Yes, Dan Marley. 7 of 10. He has 19. The Suns 101 and the Bulls 90. Michael Jordan given some room, but he's off now since making his return. Last touch by Phoenix. Now Dick Pavetta changes the call. He's called a loose ball foul. It's on Barkley, his 4th.
And there's no sense in Charles Barkley getting upset and causing any more problems. Accept it, move on with the basketball game. Don't pick up a technical right now. Turn the staff, crew of officials against you.
Phoenix with its 4th team foul. Bulls already over the limit. Pippen to Grant. Phoenix 101. Chicago 92. 5:40 remaining. 4th quarter.
Magic, is it too early for time and shot clock management, or do you start to go into it right now?
No, you don't. You got to keep playing aggressive like they're doing right here. That's what got you the lead.
3-point attempt by Ainge went way short. Here is Armstrong. And now the Suns will call for time. The Suns have certainly had their difficulties in the 4th quarter. Games 1 and 2, they were blank down the stretch. And tonight, they have not been able to hit a field goal. The last 2 minutes and 52 seconds, they are clinging to a 5-point lead. Suns 101 and the Bulls 96 with 3:27 remaining in the 4th quarter. It is Chicago ball with 6 on the shot clock. And Pippen will throw in. Oh, Pippen threw it off the back of the net. What a play! He fooled the Suns.
Well, what happened was they read what Danny Ainge was doing last time, and he just decided to throw it off of him, get it back, and dunk it.
Oh, that's a play that we will be seeing over and over. A heads-up move by the Bulls. That's a kick ball, so they get the new 24.
If the man guarding the basketball turns his back to you, bounce it off him, step in bounds, get it back, pass to yourself. Nice job by Scottie Pippen.
See, because the last time Danny Ainge had caused that timeout by Scottie, and they ran that and came right out with it.
Chicago in the midst of an 8-0 run. We're down to 3 minutes left in the game. 3-point Phoenix lead. Chambers. Rebound Jordan. Jordan with the pull-up. A tip by Grant. Horace Grant brings Chicago within 1.
Magic said it before. You've got to continue to play to win. You can't play not to lose. You have to assert yourself, still be aggressive, get good shots, and execute.
Barkley to the reverse. And Charles Barkley did execute to give the Suns a 103-100 lead. Jordan and the tip missed by Williams. Barkley protecting the rebound.
You can lose possession of the basketball. You keep swinging those elbows. You've got to be careful.
Chambers off the fake. No call made. Now they call offensive foul on Chambers.
Chambers does a good job ball faking. You know he's going to drive right. That's where he wants to go all the time. Pippen anticipates it, slides over in front.
And here's Barkley's reaction. I don't know if he was reacting to the call, but what happened was he wanted Tom Chambers to kick it to the open man with a Pippen had left.
Suns lead by 3. Bulls trying to make it 3-0 in the best of 7. Suns trying to cut it to a 2-1. Chicago lead with Game 4 coming up here on Wednesday night. Minute 35 to go, 4th quarter. Jordan sets up Grant.
Well, you talk about Michael Jordan. He can do it all. He's going to go baseline this time. Take all the double teaming. Find Horace Grant. Slam dunk by Horace Grant. And this crowd is going crazy.
Mark West called for the foul. Horace Grant very quietly early going in foul trouble. Has come on strong down the stretch. 3-point play. Game tied 103. Charles Barkley trying to settle his team down as Grant was lining up for the foul shot. And now Phoenix calling for a timeout. Back in Chicago with 12 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. The Bulls and the Suns tied at 103. Phil Jackson just took a timeout after checking out the Phoenix Suns alignment. And what will this now do to the Suns and their offensive plan?
First of all, let's go back to why Phil Jackson had to use up a timeout. Chicago already has 1 delay a game call against them. If they would have taken another delay a game, it would be a technical foul. Phoenix would shoot a technical. So they couldn't run the guy out of bounds to delay the pass in and get a look at what play. He used the timeout. Right now he's going into options defensively. If this happens, if that happens, that's how we want to play it. Meantime, decision for Paul Westphal in the Phoenix huddle is, do we come out and run the same play that we were going to run, or do we come with a little bit something different?
Well, I think they may change the play, but they're going to still give it to Charles Barkley no matter what.
Let's go back to Hannah.
And apparently on this play, Charles is going to try to penetrate, and if he can't get a shot, he's going to dish it to another player along the baseline, Mark.
Arden Haynes once again will throw in from the center court area. Barkley lined up at the top of the circle, guarded by Grant. And they're having a very friendly conversation. Barkley comes out for it. Checks the clock. Works it down. 5 seconds to go. Here's Barkley off the pump. Rebound Jordan. Calling for time. The clock showing 0.2 of a second remaining. Let's see if they adjust that. 0.2 of a second remaining. Chicago using its final timeout. Now Pippen will throw in. Pippen to the basket to Grant. And we go to overtime. That almost worked. Horace Grant led by Scottie Pippen, and he almost got away with it. But we go to overtime.
Nice shot. I've been a ball boy for the Sonics for 5 years.
You want to bounce pass?
I have a job to do just like everyone else. You got to be on top of things all game. As players check in, I pick up their stuff and fold it up. As they come out, put jackets over their heads. Once you're sitting this close, I mean, it's totally different than sitting in the stands. You're right there, and it's quite a rush. Just being with the players this close, it's a pretty sweet gig. This has got to be the best job.
Let's go. Keep playing hard.
Wow, James, how pretty is that?
Vince Carter saw the opening. Talk about large. They get it to Hamilton. He gets a clean look and buries it. Unbelievable.
what a mess. Put it in the spin cycle and rinsed out. Oh, what a move! Bang, the word!
Can't get enough of your love, babe. It's like the more you give, the more I want. Can't get enough of your love, babe.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest games.
On to the 5-minute overtime. Charles Barkley has played 39 minutes. Kevin Johnson has got all 48. Jordan with the save. Dan Majerle has played 44. Michael Jordan has gone 42 minutes. In the fourth quarter, the Bulls 8 for 29 from the field. The Suns 6 for 12, and Jordan only 1 of 10, so he was not able to take over. And that is very rare. Michael is off. Danny Ainge moving across. Ainge, Majerle, Johnson, Barkley, and West on the floor for the Suns. They double up on Ainge, who gets it to West. Jordan tried to intercept. It was deflected by Jordan, no backcourt. Ainge has to throw it up. Shot clock was running down, and a new 24 for the Suns.
Trying to get into the two-man game, the pick and roll set. KJ and West.
Seven on the 24. Good look by Johnson, and West will go to the line. He was held. Mark West was fouled.
Once you run two-man basketball and you're double-teamed as the ball handler, the roll man gets a defensive guy to rotate to him, then the other three players must get to spots on the floor. The spot that time right in the heart of the defense, middle of the lane.
Mark West, 52% free throw shooter, but 3 of 4 from the line tonight. But Scottie Pippen has a cramp holding the left thigh.
Maybe he took a knee and he's trying to rub it out.
So West misses on both.
I think what they have to do, that being the Chicago Bulls, is get Michael down closer on the box, closer to the basket, or he won't have to dribble as much.
Pippen picked up by Barkley. Smooth stroke by Pippen, who has 26. The Bulls 105, the Suns 103. We are in overtime, 3:20 remaining.
Their spacing is distorted, Phoenix. They come off the pick and roll. The guys aren't in spots. They were bunched up that time.
Johnson forced it. Shot clock at 3. Down to 2. Majerle. And Williams comes away with it. Once again, Phoenix having a difficult time finding shots.
But see, Marv, they should use the decoy man. Go through Charles Barkley on the post. They were getting a lot of good shots doing that. Now they've gone away from that, and they've gone to the pick and roll play.
Armstrong for 3. Barkley rebound. Phoenix has missed its last 5 shots. 2.5 left in overtime. Barkley came up short, expected some contact, and then Grant stepped away.
A big possession right here for the Chicago Bulls because they can take control of this game if they can score here.
Pippen. Last touch by the Suns.
The officials right now are letting these two teams play. There's a lot of body contact. They're letting the players determine the outcome.
Phil Jackson is hollering at Scottie and BJ. He want to get something going to that basket where he can get a foul or maybe a layup and not jump shots right here.
Crowd chanting, let's go Bulls. Jordan to the basket. He's 1 for his last 12.
Good job by West stepping up that time to take away that clean look of Michael Jordan.
Scott Williams. Charles Barkley will shoot a pair.
Something that wasn't happening in game 1 and 2 as the Bulls players were putting it on the floor. No one was coming over. There you see West, even though Michael goes by him, he doesn't get a clean look. And now Charles initiates the contact with the ball fake, just wants to draw body contact, and then maybe the shot will fall. Who knows? But now they've got to make their free throws.
Barkley only 2 of 5 from the line, 76% for the season. Barkley with 16 points, 16 rebounds, and he has played hurt.
And on this next free throw, it will be a 23-5 advantage at the foul line in favor of the Phoenix Suns.
Charles seeking to tie the game. The Suns and the Bulls at 105 apiece. 40 left in overtime. Jordan working down low. Changed his shot but drew the foul. West came over looking for the block.
Give Scott Williams almost the assist or the credit for that because he blocked. He blocked off KJ in order for him to come over and help. Oh, it's not a shooting foul?
No, at the last second, the two officials conferred, and they said that Michael passed it off at the end. Instead of shooting it, they give it to him on the side.
Oh, man. And the foul was committed by Barkley, his 5th. Now Phil Jackson calls for a timeout.
Phil Jackson, the coach, he can't believe it.
Well, when the last time you seen Michael Jordan go to the basket and you know it's winning time and he's not going to shoot it, you know that man's been in this situation millions of times. You know he's going to shoot that basketball.
So the Bulls get the new 24. Minute 33 remaining in overtime. Game time 105. And it's Johnson one-on-one against Jordan. No help. Now Marley over, leaving Pippen open. And on the back tap comes back to Jordan.
Phoenix did a good job of defending it.
The Suns led by 11, 101-90. They have only one field goal in the last 10 minutes and 14 seconds, a long drought for the Phoenix Suns, who are trailing 107, 105 with a minute 5 remaining in overtime. Let's go over to Hannah Storm. Hannah?
Marv, they're going to try to get the ball to Tom Chambers, posting up down low. If he can't get it, can't get the shot, he's going to try to kick it back out. But Paul Westphal emphasized no three-pointers at this point in the game.
Johnson setting it up against Michael Jordan. Chambers set the pick. Here's Chambers. Oh, what a move. Tom Chambers ties the game at 107.
That's the reason they took Mark West out, because they knew that Tom Chambers should score once the double team came.
Now to 40 seconds in overtime. Jordan met on the switch by Chambers. Chambers helping out. Shot clock at 6. Shot clock at 4. And the Phoenix Suns in possession. We're down to 20 seconds in the overtime. 15 on the shot clock. Kevin Johnson checking with Paul Westphal. No timeout being called. They want to continue the play. Barkley going at Grant. Here's Johnson on the penetration. Barkley with the rebound. Barkley goes short. Rebound Johnson. Time running down. Here's Ames to win it. We go to a second overtime. Danny Ames with a chance to wrap it. But it is on to a second overtime here in Chicago with the Bulls and the Suns tied at 107.
James into the rack. LeBron James.
Kobe, three-pointer for the tie.
He did it again. Esse there. Monstro.
And if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball.
Oh my God! And this place is rocking.
What did I just see? Oh, big finish.
Creativity for the MVP candidate. Where is he getting it from? Bingo! What a game!
Holy cow!
Marbury on the drive. Oh! Man, can you believe it?
NBA TV is all games, all James, all Jameson, all muscle, all hustle.
NBA TV is all ball, all tall, all small, all hall.
NBA TV is all day,
All night, all game, all highlights.
NBA TV is your all-access channel for everything basketball.
NBA Europe Live coming this October.
Iverson, a dazzling move around Parker. 90s and knock.
NBA Europe Live 06 coming in October.
The Bulls and Suns tied at 107. The foul situation, Charles Barkley with 5. Horace Grant, B.J. Armstrong, Michael Jordan each have 4. Barkley and Grant on the tip. It is controlled by the Suns. Phoenix at one point led by as many as 11. They went cold down the stretch in the fourth quarter. The Bulls and Suns each scored only 4 points in that first overtime. Here's Marley from 3. Marley has hit 5 from three-point land.
I tell you, you're not going to be able to hit jump shots because all the team, everybody on both teams is tired. They're just fatigued. So you're going to have to go inside.
Armstrong, Tucker, Jordan in a 3-guard setup for Chicago along with Grant and Williams.
Dan Marley takes the challenge of guarding Michael Jordan to start out the second overtime.
Michael Jordan, 2 for his last 15. Richard Dumas is back for Phoenix. Up front along with Tom Chambers, Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson, Dan Marley. At the guard, shot clock at 5. Here's Marley. And back come the Bulls as Tucker controls.
I'm just so surprised that both teams are not realizing that their legs are gone and take the ball inside to somebody to get a shot there.
Armstrong, way off. And Barkley able to get to it.
Do I have to go out and make an announcement?
They can only hear the game while they're playing it.
Oh, man.
Scottie Pippen getting ready to make his way back. Dumas lost it. And Grant stepped out. He felt he was pushed. It'll be Phoenix ball with 6 on the 24. And Charles Barkley in a conversation with Darryl Garrett and Trent Tucker sitting down. And now they change the shot clock. 24 is posted.
Pippen is back.
Scottie Pippen making his return. Chambers passed on the 3, and Chambers had to change the shot. Knocked out by the Bulls.
They did a good job that time of making Chambers go back to his left hand. He does not like to go that way. He wants to drive right when he can.
How about this? Last 6 minutes and 41 seconds. A total of only 8 points have been scored by both teams. 4 apiece. That's been it. Just under 3 minutes to go in the second overtime. Fadeaway by Barkley, way off.
How about this number? In the series so far from the outside, Charles Barkley is 6 for 30. It's about 20%. Inside, he's shooting 66%, 25 out of 38.
Inside for Williams. Well, Pippen did get it down low to Scott Williams. Chicago leads by 2.
Good shot that time, Chicago.
For Scott Williams, that is his first field goal of the night. He does have 13 rebounds. Shot clock at 5. Armstrong off the steal and a foul given by Johnson.
A little body bump makes KJ lose control right there of the dribble, but a smart foul in the backcourt before BJ can cross the half-court line, so no free throws will be awarded.
I can't believe KJ has played this entire game and the 2 overtimes. I mean, this man must be dead tired. I mean, that's maybe the reason why he lost that ball. After you get body checked like that sometimes, you're so tired you just lose it.
Bill Cartwright replacing Scott Williams. There's Frank Johnson, who made just a brief appearance tonight. Bulls by 2. We come up on 2 minutes remaining in the second overtime. Jordan! And Chicago leads 111-107. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the second OT. Marley gets inside. Marley on the rebound. Good second effort by Dan Marley to bring the Suns within 2.
We just got 6 straight points scored. All of them have been inside. So they're starting to take the ball inside. That's both teams.
Scottie Pippen came up hobbling. And a foul is called. Suns doubling up on Jordan. It's on Kevin Johnson. That is his 5th. We have 1 minute and 30 to go in this, the second overtime. And the Bulls with a 2-point lead and the ball. More on the Scottie Pippen situation. You saw him come up limping a moment ago. Let's go to Ahmad Rashad.
All right, Marv, it's still that problem with those cramps. Every time he moves, he gets a cramp in a different place. I just found out that if he's not able to go, they'll have to go with Trent Tucker. Marv?
All right, Ahmad. Armstrong with the look down low for Jordan. Now Jordan to the fadeaway. Oh, an enormous basket for Michael Jordan, who has been struggling from the 4th quarter on. He's given Chicago a 4-point lead as we approach 1 minute remaining. Jordan has 38 points, 17 for 40. And on the double team, Dick Pavetta with the foul call on Jordan. That is number 5. Marley will inbound. Phoenix is 8 for 14 from 3-point range. Marley has hit 5. That's 1 short of a NBA Finals record. It's shared by several players. Johnson off the dribble. Sets up Charles Barkley. It's a 2-point Chicago lead.
And now with 32 seconds remaining on the game clock, you dig in, get a good stop defensively. You still have plenty of time to use your timeouts and get the ball up the floor. You don't want to foul. You want to get a stop and rebound the basketball.
Oh, Jordan slipped. Nearly traveled. Pippen. That was deflected short. And Barkley gets to it. 10 seconds left in the second overtime. The Suns are down by 2. Marley. Yes! Dan Marley has tied the game at 114. Timeout called by Chicago with 3 2/10 seconds remaining in the second overtime.
They're going down to double team Michael Jordan again, just like they did earlier.
Chicago likes to have Pippen pass it and follow the passing right now. So since they're double teaming Jordan, there's nobody playing Scottie Pippen.
All right, Pippen will throw in. 3 2/10 seconds to go. Grant for Pippen. He has the shot. Gets it off. And we go to a 3rd overtime.
There are 1,000 reasons to love this game. Let me hear yours.
I love this game because the behind-the-back pass.
I love this game because I love to get the crowd into it.
Well, I love this game because it's all rock and roll to me.
Stojakovic is on fire.
I love this game because of the New York Knicks.
I love this game because the thrill is never gone.
Posey with a flush.
One of us plays this game great.
One of us doesn't play at all.
But we love this game.
Underneath. Parker. What a shot. Get out of town.
Oh, Ginobili crossover. Oh, Crawford. What moves he shows.
Now that is a highlight play there.
Terrific finish at the rim. It's the Diesel. Pass just flying through the air. Richardson puts it down. The steal by Iverson. He wins it. He won the game.
And now, the starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls.
Can't beat a job like this. You get to sit courtside every night, watch the world's best athletes. What I try to do is just add a little twist of my own to the game.
Tony Kukoc, down it.
I like the individual play. I'm sort of a highlight guy.
Here comes Superman, Michael Jordan.
I've got the best job in the world. Well, maybe I've got the second best job in the world.
We head on to a third overtime. The Bulls and the Suns at 114 apiece. The foul rundown, 5 apiece on Horace Grant, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, and Kevin Johnson. And the Suns control the tip. Johnson played by Jordan. Johnson trying to do it off the dribble and was stopped.
See what happened, Marv? Last time Michael let him go to his power hand, his right hand. This time he forced him to his left hand, his weaker hand, and that's why he came up with a short shot.
Now Pippen on a mismatch. Well, Scott Williams with only his second field goal, but both have been significant. The Bulls lead 116-114. Johnson, yes, Kevin Johnson, who has played every minute of this game, and this, the start of the third overtime, has come up with an outstanding all-around performance. 25 points for Johnson, and the game is tied at 116. Kevin Johnson now playing his 60th minute. Armstrong, it's a two-point attack. Grant hustles it down. 24 for the Bulls.
Paul Westphal complaining that time Barkley was shoved in the back. That's why he didn't come up with the rebound.
Here's Jordan. The Bulls lead by 2. 40 points for Michael Jordan. Clock at 5. Barkley, Marley for 3. Whoa! Dan Marley with his 6th three-pointer, and that ties an NBA Finals record. Put Dan Marley alongside Michael Cooper, Michael Jordan, and Bill Laimbeer. You recall Jordan did it against Portland in last season's NBA Final. Marley hit 8 for a playoff record in the Seattle series. Marley came up with that steal, and Barkley able to finish it off. So the Suns lead by 3 off the three-pointer by Marley, and then the steal by Marley leading to the breakaway basket. 2 minutes, 36 seconds remaining. We are in the third overtime here in Chicago. 5 apiece on Barkley, Johnson, Grant, and Jordan. How about Kevin Johnson? He has played in 7 seconds. It will officially be 61 minutes. The most minutes ever played in an NBA Finals series. Garfield Heard, 61 minutes in that triple overtime between Boston and Phoenix, and Kevin Johnson about to pass him by. The Suns lead 121, 118. Jordan drawing the double team. Shot clock is down to 7. Pippen. Shot clock down to 3. Pippen shot fell short. Ames with the rebound.
See, they've kept Kevin Johnson on Michael Jordan. The reason is foot speed out in front. But as soon as he makes a move down towards the basket, they come and double team Michael and try to get the ball out of his hands.
And Dick Pavetta with the foul call. Horace Grant has fouled out. So Grant, who came on late, finishes with 13 points and 17 rebounds. And that a big loss for the Bulls.
KJ going to his left, not as effective as going to his right, but the bump there by Grant brings on his last foul. Coach, he kind of likes it.
Horace Grant hearing it from the crowd. He's replaced by Stacey King. Horace went 44 minutes. Just under 2 minutes to go in this third overtime. Open shot for Chambers. And King able to get to Barkley on the intercept. Charles Barkley with the interception and the field goal. And the Suns now lead by 5.
Charles Barkley taking a page out of that Chicago book where they like to hang around in the backcourt and steal outlet passes. No bigger one than that for Charles.
Armstrong rebounded by Marley. And Kevin Johnson controls. Now to a minute and 20 remaining in this third overtime. A remarkable turnaround by the Phoenix Suns, able to come from behind on several occasions during the course of the overtime. Here's Marley, and he's fouled. Marley was hacked, and he'll go to the line.
Here it comes right here. The Barkley still, what he's going to do, he's going to pretend like he's going down court, then all of a sudden start right in front of Michael Jordan and lays it right back in. You got to love the heart, the character of this Phoenix Suns team from coming back. They looked like they were going to lose it, then kept coming back, and now they have a chance to win this game right now.
As we mentioned earlier, the Phoenix Suns had the best road record in the NBA during the regular season at 27-14. Chicago Bulls during the regular season were not invincible at home, but this not the same Chicago Bulls team during the playoffs that we saw during the regular campaign when they went 31-10. But in the finals, the Bulls, over the last 3 years, 3-2 at home, and on the road 7-up and 1 down, which is surprising.
Sometimes players have a hard time understanding why coaches emphasize points early in the game. Go back to when, at the end of the first quarter, Pippen went a little bit too soon to the basket.
And Jordan gets the roll. 5-point Phoenix lead. Just under 1 minute remaining in this third overtime.
Okay, this is clock management time now. Run that clock all the way down into the Phoenix Suns and then get a shot maybe right at the end of it.
Shot clock at 7. Ainge was hit by Tucker. Bulls are over the limit. So Ainge, who is a terrific free throw shooter at 85%, will go to the line. He's 2 for 2 tonight.
If it seems like the Phoenix Suns are doing a better job running the pick and roll right now than they were earlier, the main reason is because the guy setting the screen is actually screening someone. He's putting a body on him. Early in the game, they were missing it, so as a result, Chicago was able to either get over or go under and recover and play both players. Right now, 2 defensive players are being occupied by the man with the ball because a good screen has been set.
Smart move. They're trying to do anything they can to win this game, that being the Bulls.
Here's Jordan for 3. And the ball goes to Phoenix with 20 seconds remaining. Suns lead 129-121. The crowd here at Chicago Stadium is filing out as Mustaf handles. And the Suns just looking to run the clock down in a remarkable come-from-behind victory. The Phoenix Suns in triple overtime have defeated the Chicago Bulls 129-121.